But we got another call coming in. This is Talking Drum, and state your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Brother Air calling from Newport.
Yeah, how you doing, Brother Air?
Brother Air.
Good, man. Hey, man, this is a powerful show. Another powerful show. So what is that, about the 30,000th powerful show you've done in your career, Dr. Drum?
Well, if we do the math, it's probably that, or maybe it's closer to 1 million. Because I've also had some extra times. At times, I remember once it was a snowstorm when we were in our old location, and that was back in '78, and people couldn't get to the radio station. So me and one guy, because I lived in the building where the station was, the old Hotel Arms, we stayed there 24 hours. I took a nap. He played records. He talked to people. Then when I woke up, I talked to people. I did the same thing. And we did that all night until somebody finally tracked to the station and actually did what we were doing. And that gave us a break. But so if we talk about hours, I've been on millions of hours and millions of shows. But, brother, yes, this is a powerful show. But how you doing this evening?
That was the good old days of WAIF, man. When you would come in, man, and you would find a few people asleep, a few people over here playing cards, a few people talking,
and musicians.
I mean, it was
musicians all the time.
All the time. They had the on-air personalities had shifts like 5 and 6 hour shifts.
Right. So, I could spend, actually one day, maybe I'll just get on the air and call some of the old radio workshop members, and we'll just talk about the old WAIF and some of the stories, because believe me, there are many. But anyway, brother, you were responding to Professor Spira.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that you had Professor on this evening, man. I want to know, I know, but let everybody know where you can order the book or pick the book up, or what, how can we get the book?
Well, do you have your copy?
Oh, I have thousands of copies.
Oh, okay. So, what I wanted to know, I mean, where did you get your copy?
I got my copy from Amazon.com.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so,
all right.
And that's how I ordered it, So I suggest that the people, I guess, go to Amazon. That's about the easiest way.
Okay. Okay, well, that's good.
Unless you want to run down there to the station tonight and pick one up at a discount price.
Wow. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
But check this out, Professor. You got to do me a favor. Like when the show is over and y'all are going to get in your cars and go home, I want you to follow Dr. Drum and make sure he doesn't go over to Buskers and get some jelly donuts.
Oh, man.
I want you to follow him home.
No,
See,
here's the thing. First of all, that was a long time ago. And I remember I used to meet Big Daddy there, and he would have donuts all over his stomach and stuff. And, Big Daddy was a nice guy. But guess what? No, I don't want Professor Spira to follow me, because, see, when I leave here, I have some bodyguards. They're waiting outside, and when I pull off, then they wait and see who pulls off right behind me. Then they pull behind them, and then some other folks are waiting down the street. So we want Professor Spira to be around a little longer,
Well, we still want to make sure that you get home and don't make that little detour for the 6 jelly donuts.
None of the bodyguards they do donuts. They're all vegetarians, and they're big and strong, and they don't do donuts, and so they don't even have a problem.
All right.
I'm good.
Oh, you good? Okay.
I'm good. I can ride past any bakery, and as much as that smell, you know, when you see them cartoons and how the smell, the aroma starts pulling the person, they floating in the air. Well, I can go past any bakery now, and that doesn't do that to me. But at one time, as I said, that place was one of the biggest drug dealers in the city of Cincinnati. So, brother, I'm glad you threw that in there, but no, he doesn't need to follow me.
Are you? I don't know if you're glad I threw that in there, but that was a funny thing.
Well, you know,
I just want to thank you, man, for letting this cat come on, man, and talk about this stuff that we've been talking about for years. Maybe this time around, man, a lot of people pick up on it and will start adopting it into their lifestyle because it's surely needed, man.
Well, you know, we know that, and that's a true statement, that we surely need it, because here's the thing. When you look around, people have tried all kind of things. I know people who are overweight, and they've tried all kind of diets. They've tried all kinds of systems of health, and they're still sick. Sometimes they're even sicker. And I noticed that with Professor Spira and yourself, that I haven't been around Professor Spira as much as I've been around you, but I don't know him to get sick. And you, like me, Brother Air, we don't like cold weather. And so, you know, sometimes cold weather can do a job on us, but other than that, we're generally pretty healthy. But the problem that I had where I cheated, and thank you very much for letting people know, when I cheated with them jelly donuts, and I had a physical stroke, and when they did the MRI and the CAT scan and all that, and the doctor said, we don't really know why you had a stroke, Mr. Khamisi, because you were pretty much a picture of health. And I said, well, you know, being a picture and being healthy is another thing. But I said, did you look at that, you know, X-ray or whatever it was, the scan, very closely? And the doctor said, well, pretty close. I said, well, you need to magnify it. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, well, if you magnify it, what is stuck up in my brain that caused that stroke? I said, it's a jelly donut. And so I said, so there will be no more jelly donuts in my life ever again. And I still got my life now.
I'll leave you with this. Is think about, and I'm asking the listening audience to think about this, is in the society that we live in, think about mucus and pus not being in it, and the change that would take place if we could eliminate mucus and pus. If we could get to fruits and green leafy plants. You just think of all the mucus and pus engagement that we have in terms of our lifestyle, our daily lifestyle. And, you know, I think if we could eliminate mucus and pus out of our system, out of our society, the change that we're looking for would happen.
Well, what do you think? And this is a since both of you are a part of being practitioners of the Mucusless Diet Healing System, but what do you think about people, even medical folks? They tell you, well, there's a certain amount of pus or mucus, you know, there's good pus in your body. What do you think about that?
I think they're psychopaths, just like they've been taught. You know, I think they're just psychopathic and looking for ways to justify cutting on people and looking for ways to justify selling pharmaceutical drugs. I don't have a problem with the medical profession staying in its lane when they're dealing with trauma. If I'm in a car accident, or you know, something like that, that's what they do good. You know, I mean, if my arm hanging off, they can sew it. I mean, that's what they do. But as far as chronic illness, they are so far off the mark, and just the vegetarian and vegan kind of rise in the last 30 years is a testimony, man, of people that are just fed up with the information. And I mean, 1 + 1 is not 17.
Right. Well, let me just say this. You know, even though I did have the stroke and I recovered tremendously, just because of what I began to eat, and I went raw for a whole year. I did transition into some grains and things like that, but my preference is fruits and vegetables. I had a salad yesterday. Thank you very much. Acility Museum and Institute. Thank you. They fixed me a wonderful salad, fresh out of the garden. It was green, and I just loved it. But anyway, when I had the stroke and I was in the hospital, the first time after I got out of emergency intensive care, the first thing that they brought up to me to eat, my meal, was mashed potatoes, grilled cheese, macaroni and cheese, bread, and milk.
Dang.
And I said, I asked them.
They were trying to finish you out.
Boy, they were trying. They didn't want you to go nowhere.
I asked the dietitian, and to the point that one day she was crying because she said, I never had a patient like you. I said, I hope you'll never have one again. But I said, are you trying to heal me or kill me? And so then I said, like one day she told me I needed to take an iron pill. And I said, I'm not going to take an iron pill. I said, I can eat spinach. That's green leafy. I said, don't you know of the cartoon Popeye? And when Popeye, you know, he gets angry and his arm turns into an anvil or a boat anchor or something iron. I said, that's iron. She said, well, you would have to eat a lot of that. I said, well, what's wrong with that? You want to substitute it with this little pill. I happen to like spinach. And so then she said, you're something else. I said, I am trying to live, you know, a little longer. So look.
And you're here.
And I'm here. And I'm here to talk about it. And I will tell people it has not been comfortable with, you know, what happened, but I'm here to have testimony about it, or give a testimony about it. But I will say that raw fruits and vegetables are my best friend, you know. So, and then I have another best friend, Sister Shamea. She's a good friend of mine. She has been tremendous in my life. Matter of fact, she has said some things that actually have, you know, I think in a lot of ways saved my life, you know, it just for, you know, just the wisdom and knowledge she has. But I've known her for a long time. But anyway, I'm going to, any last comments real quick, because I want to give.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say that the professor is one of the hardest working brothers for his people alive. And the work that this brother puts in, and the research, and the commitment, and the drive, and the non-compromising type of attitude that he has about righteousness and being honest is just very, very, very rare. And so we should be real proud to have this brother in our community bringing forth information, and we should get with the information and try to keep this brother in a position so that he can keep doing research. So thank you, and
thank you.
Hey, Dr. Drum, thank you so much, man.
And you know, it's just what I have to do.
You know how much respect. You know how much respect I have for you.
All right, brother. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Peace. 513-749-1444 is the number. I just want to tell you about something else.